Rise and shine, it's a brand new day. Ken and Ken take the stage, ready to play. Weekdays at 10, the cars and the scene. Coffee in hand, they're living the dream. Aggression in the voice, got the whole town awake. Bringing fire to the mic, make no mistake. Shows in the corner, spitting out facts. Dropping truth bombs, ain't holding back. Ken and Ken in the morning, feel the heat. From 10 a.m. CST, can take a seat. Live and loud, that break in the mind. Ken and the bold. Light up your speakers, crank up the sound. They're talking about life upside down. Opinions exploded like a sonic blast. In the studio, they're built to last. With passion and grit, they engage and ignite. Every single week, they're a force can't fight. From sports to politics.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our edition of Ken and Ken in the Morning. And there's Ken, who's now, as I hear, only 75% dead today. So that's an upgrade. And of course, Joe. Good morning, Joe. Got the coffee. Hope y'all got the coffee.
Yeah, let me tell you, I'm fucking already tired of going through all these freaking doctor's appointments. And I've got another fucking week of them all lined up next week, too. Fucking man, I feel like the fucking human pincushion again.
Good morning, Fred. Yeah, I know how you feel, man. We had a bat get in the house, and we took it to the health department. It had rabies, so now we're getting shots. So I got like 6 shots yesterday.
Awesome.
I know, right? My cup is, Fred, is low pause. And it was
I mean, I can see where Fred got that from, because from the side when you're holding it up, it kind of looks like it says it.
and it's pictures of Nomar, who passed away right after I retired.
Oh, shit.
So one of those, you know, like you can get coffee cups made. You know, this is one of the ones I've got. So, I've got this, yeah, I get it. I know. It's like you're like, wait a minute. Yeah, I can see how you can see that.
It really does look like it too. Oh.
I mean, look, Fred. We know now a little bit more about you. You know, that's good to know.
Oh.
All right, well, if that's what shit getting revealed, Fred, don't reveal anything else, man.
I tell you, no, hey, you know what? Though, speaking of good times, though, and laughs, I gotta say, I think it wasn't Fred who asked yesterday. Who was who asked me about Khalif Raymond? Someone asked me what I thought of the Khalif Raymond sign. At the time, I was like, yeah, you know, he's the kick returner, whatever, you know. Well, then I watched this press conference yesterday. I love this dude. This dude is just he's got it. I like him. He's gonna be a fan favorite in Chicago. I can see why so many people like him. His interview. Well, Fred, you know, I mean, just because you're married, I mean, I'm married as well, but just because you're married doesn't mean, you know, I'm like, look at it. I get it. All right, sweet.
See, we start talking about Fred's proclivities, and now he wants to come on. Shit, we might not let you come on with a camera, dude.
I'd be scared. But no, I mean, I don't know if you guys caught Khalif Raymond's presser yesterday. So,
You can come on as long as you don't have Goodbye Horses playing in the background, dude.
So Khalif Raymond yesterday does Bears press conference, you know, his introduction to the Bears media, and he comes out wearing a Chicago Stanley's hat. And first off, the guy throughout the whole interview, I mean, great sense of humor, just good head on the shoulders kind of thing. But then they ask him about the ball cap. And he's like, man, he's like 2 things. One, I'm not that cool, right? And then he tells the story about how he walks in the building. He's wearing a Chicago White Sox hat. And everyone in the building said, no, you have to take that hat off. You can't wear that hat. That should tell you right there that the Bears are a pro-Cubs organization. And they gave him the Chicago Staley hat to wear. I mean, so it was a good conference. I like what he said. I like what most of the guys actually said that they brought on. And then, of course, we had some signings yesterday, right? I mean, Brisker signed with the Steelers, so the Jagoff will be really happy with that. And then Byard signed away. I mean, there are some Bears fans, and I don't get this, Joe. I mean, I know every fan thinks they're the GM and smarter than the GM. That's why they're all GMs in the NFL, right? Oh my God, Poles has so much work to do. He let all this talent. These guys went away for cheap. You hear a lot of that, but then what's funny, Joe? I heard one fan say this: the fact that all these guys went away cheap should probably tell you something about how good the system they ran was. Because it's not like these guys were signed away for like 15, 20 mil a year. These guys all left in like $4 or $5 million deals. So was it the system or was it the player? Question.
Well, it sounds like the teams that signed them are thinking it was the system, but
Well,
I mean,
the teams that signed them have a vested interest into trying to make it seem like they thought it was the system. That way they can lowball the guy a little bit.
Well, yeah, there's always that piece, Ken, sure. But I mean, but in a landscape where it's the fans like, oh my God, you've let all this talent go and you didn't bring all this great talent back. Like, dude, when Nahshon Wright was on this roster last year, he was signed as a practice squad dude, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he has this monster out of nowhere season. Okay. Oh my God, they didn't resign him. I'm kind of in a weird way, kind of like, and? You know what I mean? I mean, I kind of get the idea. Like, they got some good guys back. They signed some. I mean, I like Kobe Bryant. Great interview as well yesterday. I like that they got Kobe Bryant. I like some of these other guys they brought in for the money they brought them in at. I mean, look, if KOC can be the quarterback whisperer, maybe Ryan Poles is the DB whisperer. I don't know.
I mean, I can give credit to the system and say, okay, maybe the system put them in the position to make all those interceptions, but they still had to catch the ball, and not everybody does. So I still, I think they were good players that, you could have stood to re-sign, like at least one of them, like between Brisker and Byard, I would have probably re-signed at least one of them. But, if you want to get younger or you want to, I'm assuming with Byard, it's you want to get younger.
Yeah, and cheaper. And by the way, Dorn, it's top 3 interceptors, but that's okay. Yeah, KFC is no. Well, I don't know because breaking news, everyone. Breaking news. Ken the Packer fan will now become Ken the Viking fan because his favorite quarterback is now a Viking. No. So Ken, interesting minds want to know. Inquiring minds need to know this. Are you now a Vikings fan that your quarterback on your fantasy team is now a Minnesota Viking?
Absolutely not. Not in any way. I wouldn't wear that fruity color for anything.
So will you be trading your fantasy quarterback?
Oh, who said? Wait. Hold on. Who said I was stupid and was going to trade him? You just put him in one of the best offenses for him. There ain't no way in fuck I'm trading him. So you will. I got him and Jordan Love as my quarterbacks.
So you will be pulling for him to get good numbers then.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, what do you think?
I mean, you won't catch me with Patrick Mahomes as my fantasy quarterback. That's all I'm saying.
You won't catch Jordan Love on my fantasy team roster.
I don't care how good he is, dude.
That's the difference. I like winning more than I care about the rivalry in the fantasy side of it.
Yeah, not me. I don't play fantasy football enough to do that.
I'd much rather win.
Yins are in the house with a brand new DB there in Jaquan Brisker. There were a lot of fans who were sad to see Brisker go. I was sad to see Brisker go. I like Brisker, but you'll like him there, Yinzer. Good dude.
And the Raiders officially signed Linderbaum yesterday, so we can breathe. The wait is over.
That, and I also heard that they put out a statement to the teams that were inquiring about Max Crosby that they are not trading him now.
And that makes sense. I wouldn't trade him now either.
Mm-hmm. Because it looks like Max is bought in again, so.
I don't think Max was ever bought out.
Yeah, he was the one that forced the trade.
He asked for a trade, but the thing is like it's a good thing, but let's not, it's not that they've just kissed and made up. Like there's other things behind it, dude. Like also, I'm not saying that that's not part of it. I think Max, his experience in Baltimore showed him that maybe the grass isn't so green on the other side, but also the Baltimore Ravens single-handedly tanked his trade value effectively until at least the season starts and we see what he looks like. Like, so,
I think part of the problems that happened with him with the Raiders last year wasn't necessarily what's there now. It's what's gone. It was the coaching staff they had last year and some of the things that they were doing. And now all that's gone.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got to remember, at the time when he was pissed, it wasn't because of Kubiak. It was because of, the guys who were there. And I think that's partially what Joe said, but partially like, okay, wait a minute, I can give the new guys a chance. And also I think, oh, my God, the team, he goes from watching a team not spend really for a couple years to all of a sudden like, holy shit, I got a bunch of guys on this defense. Okay. So, I mean, there's been a lot of situation change in Vegas from when he was upset to now. A lot of change.
No, I'm not discounting that, Ken. I think you're right. I think that all plays into it. I'm just saying that the draft value thing is also a part of it. Like there's more than one thing can be true at once. Max can realize like, hey, maybe I don't want to trade, like the Baltimore showed me that maybe the grass isn't greener. Then he comes back and it's like, hey guys, what have you been doing while I've been gone? Oh shit. Well, you got like 5 new players for the defense that actually can play. Like, so I'm not doing it all myself. Okay. Oh, and Kubiak looks halfway competent and we're going to get a quarterback. Like, okay.
Well, and there's another piece of this too, right? Because some of the other teams that would have been in are now out because, like, dude, I can't just give you 2 1s and not do anything else because now I've spent money. And so I need to make it now a 1, a 2, and a player, which is not what you want because we spent money that, like the Bears, as for an example. And of course, the media asked Poles about this yesterday. And Poles said, oh, yeah, we're watching. And I'm sure he is. And he's also going, had this trade not happened and I really was in on it, I could have done it. Now I can't do it. I could offer 2 1s, but I have no cap. So now if I even want to make an offer, I could maybe do a 1 and a 3 or a 1 and a 2 and a player.
Hey, thanks for coming on without your camera on, Fred.
Not a problem.
Which is probably not what the Raiders want in trade value, right? So, I mean, it's not that they tanked his value necessarily. I mean, in some cases, maybe it might be considered tanked. But when most of the GMs looked at what Baltimore did and said, yeah, that's bullshit. I think the bigger piece of the tanking is, Joe, is that guys just don't have the capability now to give the Raiders what they want because they've spent their money.
Right, but that's in effect that tanked his trade value. It's either way you want to slice it. Whether they believe the Baltimore medical
the value is just that they made it now that the value can't be attained by the buyers because the buyers spent money. His value is still 2 1s. The problem is, like Chicago would probably 2 1s. Yeah, we could do that.
But you can't absorb his contract.
I can't absorb the contract now because I spent my money in free agency.
And that's what I'm saying is so that effectively tanks his value because now there is no market because people already spent the money thinking that he was not going to be available, right? And
no, I see what you're saying.
So this is where people are pissed off at Baltimore is because it really appears, I'm not saying it's the case, but it really appears that Baltimore wanted to try to get it the best of both ways. They make the trade contingent upon the medicals, right? just in case Trey Hendrickson goes somewhere else. Then once his market doesn't develop the way that they thought it would, all of a sudden it's like, well, hey, now we can go get one of the players that we want without having to give up the picks, and we could just, fail them on the medical and back out. So they basically used Max Crosby like a placeholder.
I guess so. Maybe saying that I agree with what you're saying. I think though maybe instead of saying that they tanked his value, they just made him unattainable. Because tanking the value would say he's not worth 2-1s. I think all the GMs still think he's worth 2-1s. So they didn't tank his value. They just made his value unattainable for the other teams now because of the expenditure. So I agree with what you're saying. It's just the way, when you hear someone say, well, they tanked his value. Well, no, his value didn't change. It's just now, it's not that they tanked the value that he's not worth as much, but they made his value unreachable for most teams now, is what they did.
But there are people out there who actually, like, for example, so as soon as Baltimore rescinded the trade, all of a sudden Jerry Jones comes out and says, oh yeah, we're no longer in on the Max trade.
That's because his doctor was part of it.
Right, but that implies that Baltimore was correct and that the medicals are not good, which in effect it lowers his value. And
well, you know what Jerry's doing.
By tanked, I don't mean that he's only worth a third now. Yeah, he's trying to lower the price for himself.
Yeah, well, maybe a little, but you know what else he's doing? He's like, hey, Baltimore, okay, I see you, I got you. You now owe me one. I'm gonna back your play here because now maybe I can get Max for less. But you know what? I could blow this shit right up right now if I want to and make you look like bigger dog shit than you look now. But you know what? I'll get your back on this, but guess what? Yeah, that IOU is now in my wallet, and it's going to be coming out at some point.
It's okay. Jair Alexander apparently fucking decided to stick it to the Ravens after he heard about how they misled the Eagles and all that. He just gave back the Eagles all the money that they paid him last year for the couple of days to a week he was there.
Yeah, I saw that, like $800,000 he gave back.
When do you ever hear of players doing that? That kind of goes to further the whole Baltimore being real fucking shitty.
And then actually the Eagles got that in cap relief, so they get that added to their cap. So it's like, okay, I mean, dude, like he didn't have to do that.
I heard, I don't know how true it is, that the Ravens are actually planning on getting both. They're going to pair Crosby and I can't think of his name now. They're looking at pairing both of them, but I think that's just a backstep. I think that
to me, that's just pure PR spin, dude.
Yeah, I agree.
He really wanted both of these guys, and I'm so gutted. It's like, no, you're not.
I agree, Joe.
You got the guy you wanted. It's cool.
Yeah, because supposedly the story I heard too is Max was in the building with his family when they had Trey Hendrickson there negotiating with him.
Unreal.
And I agree, Joe. I think that his value his value did drop no matter what. I mean, right now with everybody passing on him, with the way things happen, everybody's going to take a big gamble on him if they even decide to go for a first even. It's kind of a big gamble. How long is they're talking about how long is that knee going to be an issue?
And you know what? I'm happier than a pig in shit, bro. Like,
I would be too.
Max back. Like, people are making funny memes about it. It's like, dude, the Raiders just got they just got an all-pro pass rusher for the 14th overall pick. Like, yeah. It's like, we'll take it. We got Max back, and we got pieces of a defense around him. Like, I'm curious if the defense played, statistically last year, the defense wasn't as bad as it looked. Like, I was actually surprised to see they finished the middle of the pack, believe it or not. Despite how bad the team was, the defense finished middle of the pack, and that's with them playing 48 minutes a fucking game, dude. Like, so imagine if they can get a couple 3-and-outs in a game, dude, what's going to happen? Like, I expect the defense to be better. A lot better.
Ken, you know why I'm laughing?
Because we're about to have a sweat off.
I think that's hilarious, but I'm not going to go into the sweat off. I like if we get this and the stars align and the moon is in retrograde and Jordan Love ties his left shoe before the right shoe that day, you know what? I want to go to the Buffalo Bills real quick, man. Dude, the Bills yesterday signed Gardner Johnson, right? C.J. Gardner Johnson. And that in itself is oh my God, right? But, dude, look what the Bills have done this offseason. Like, they've added to the offense with DJ Moore. They've been picking up some defensive pieces. Solid guys, right? Some solid players. Players that we all be like, yeah, I'd be okay with that dude on my team. They've been very quietly after the DJ Moore splash, adding a lot of talent to that defense, which was their Achilles, right? Because they had two problems last year. One, no real true number one wide receiver for Josh Allen to go to. Two, well, for the last couple of years, their defense has been problematic. But they've been very quietly adding some really quality players to that team in Buffalo. I mean, Ken, I gotta wonder, up in your neck of the woods, the media's got to be pretty happy with what's going on with the Bills right now.
Yes, but it still seems to be kind of tampered down a bit from everything that happened with McDermott and whatever the hell their general manager that they promoted there. That still kind of leaves a bit of a stink because you're hearing them talk up the moves, but you're not hearing the usual Buffalo fervor with it to where it's, oh my God, this is super amazing, and they're going nuts. It's either that or that playoff loss really got to them. And it's one of those, okay, this is cool, but we'll see what happens in the playoffs.
So, I mean, that's what makes it even more brilliant is like they got all this noise about the McDermott fire and everything still going on. People aren't paying attention. Like, they're so distracted by all the other crap there. And, I'll let Broski let him deal with Steve there. That's hilarious. But I mean, that's the thing with Buffalo. Like, they've been adding a lot of talent, and a lot of people aren't talking about it because they're distracted by these other things. Dude, Buffalo is putting a team together, man. Like, look, they should win the East, right? They should win their division. But
yeah,
honestly, I mean, well, okay, I don't know if they should win their division.
I was gonna say it.
New England has a say.
Yeah,
New England has a say. However, New England lost some good. They had some good players too, but they need a center right now. Thank you for trading them away. Obviously, they're going to do something to draft or whatever. But I mean, dude,
and New England's playing a first place schedule this year too.
Yeah,
let's not forget.
How May turns out season 2. I mean, that usually is a sophomore slump. We'll see.
Wait, Steve, what battling with what? You're talking about a what if maybe we get this guy on a rainy Tuesday after we ate our burger that you'll gladly pay for in the second Wednesday of next week. I mean, you haven't made a trade yet for Sweat. So it's a moot point what you're arguing with Broski in the comments there. I mean, Josh Sweat
Packers even afford him?
Josh Sweat would be probably good for any team that trades.
I'm going to say financially we can. Draft pick wise is where I wonder. And honestly, I wouldn't give up a second round for him because unless we re-sign Rasheed Walker, I think we desperately need a left tackle.
Yeah. So, I mean, the whole battle that's going on in the comments, Josh Sweat would be better than Montez Sweat. Okay, cool, whatever. There you go.
As far as Kirk, that's a league minimum too, isn't it? His contract.
He signed? Let me look at Josh. Josh Sweat signed as a free agent last year, so I know his contract is not exactly cheap. Let me see what his contract.
I agree with Broski though. I think I don't want Kirk anywhere near the Pittsburgh Steelers if I'm,
No, Ned Flanders definitely doesn't feel like a Pittsburgh quarterback.
You drafted Will Howard, you might as well see what he can do, man.
Would you take him in? The Raiders?
Who, Will Howard?
Sweat, real quick.
Kirk
Sweat's contract for 2026, 16.3 on the cap number. Then 23.6 the following 2 years. He's 29 years old. So yeah, I don't know if you're trading for him. And also, if Arizona were to trade him pre-June or post-June 1st, they'd save some cap money, so that's okay.
Yeah, I
At least
forgot. Yeah, I forgot exactly what it was. They owe him some kind of bonus or something that's coming up. That would be the reason why they're speculating that they're going to be trading him soon, and it'll be cheap-ish. Because supposedly
league minimum, right?
Kirk.
Yeah, there's actually
Yeah.
talk that the Raiders are interested in bringing in Cousins for to mentor Mendoza, but Kirk
I think
doesn't
that's a
seem
good
like the
deal
kind of
for
guy
him,
that
man.
wants to mentor Mendoza though. Like he wants to start, and he does. It's like I don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily be against it just because he's better than what we have on the roster right now, and he'd be cheap. But I definitely don't want a multi-year contract.
No.
And you guys could get Sweat. You have the cap room for Sweat. You
Mhm.
do. That'd give you guys 60 million, almost 60 million-ish between Micah and Sweat. I mean, you could do it. I mean, but look at
It all depends.
you know,
Yeah, it all depends on what Arizona wants for him. That's
yeah, and you know, if we get him, he'll be this, that, like, okay, whatever. How about we see the guys play a little bit first and see what's what? I mean, Josh Sweat, I like Josh Sweat. He didn't have that big of a year last year. He had a good year in the Super Bowl run. That's why he got the big contract. He's a good player. I don't know if he's better than what you got rid of, but I mean, look, you need someone to pair up with Micah when Micah is back. If he doesn't, if he's not back by camp, which he may very well be. These guys seem to be healing pretty damn quick with these surgeries. But I mean, I don't know if I'd say Josh Sweat is better than Montez Sweat, but that's okay. That'd be a fun argument for the season.
But I think the Packers are looking at Lucas Van Ness as being like we're giving him his shot now alongside Micah.
that.
Maybe I mean it's like, well, what if the Bears ponied up the money for Max Crosby? I mean, that's what I hate about what ifs. I mean, what ifs are great fantasy talk.
Yeah. What if the Raiders give up their draft picks for the next 3 years and go get Josh Allen? Like,
yeah, I mean,
there's a lot of things a lot of what ifs that you could throw out there, but
and like
Speaking about Buffalo, though, it's
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Fred.
I think with Josh Allen, a lot of that playoff game was actually a lot of his fault, like I said before. I think he ties on that Superman cape way too fucking tight and cost him games too many times. He's a great quarterback, no doubt about that. But there's too many times where he just does just too much. Instead of getting that first down, he goes too far.
yeah. But you could argue that he kind of feels like he has to because he has no receiver help. Like, with DJ Moore now, he doesn't have that problem.
Yeah.
So I think you'll see him. He'll still put the cape on, but I think he's going to be he'll be more Clark Kent this year.
Now, granted, this is a different scenario since DJ Moore didn't come up through the ranks in Buffalo. But do you think DJ Moore kind of becomes Josh Allen's Devontae Adams to like Aaron Rodgers? To where it's almost tunnel vision to him.
I mean, you got to prove it. They got to establish a connection first. So I think for at least the first half of the season, he's going to be spreading the ball around. But if DJ proves to be that guy, then why not? Why not target him? Like
he's going to get his targets. But remember, they still got Shakir. I like Khalil Shakir. I think he's good for Buffalo.
Yeah, and the opportunity for Coleman to take a step forward is there too.
Isn't bad. Like between Coleman and Shakir. Well, that's the thing. Between Shakir and Coleman, the problem for them last year is they're like, fan letdowns in a way. But it's because they're not one, and you're trying to say, well, you were holding them to a one standard. Now you have a one. Now that takes some pressure off Shakir, it takes some pressure off Coleman. And by the way, you still got two really good tight ends now in the mix, and a really good running back. I mean, it makes it so those other guys can flourish. So that deal does so many things.
Yeah, Keon Coleman, unfortunately, though, has a lot to make up with the fan base because with Buffalo right now, he's almost persona non grata from how far he fell off.
He has a good. But if he has a good camp, well,
Well-
look at. I mean, because fans are. I hate to say this. You ready? Fans are stupid. There's a call. It's called the sophomore slump for a reason, right? It's called the sophomore slump for a reason. So when a guy has a sophomore slump, oh my God, he sucks now. We all like that's because you're stupid. Like he doesn't suck. It's called the sophomore slump. This happened with tons of players throughout history. You know, now the question is, this is the year, right? Year 3. Does Keon Coleman show that he's going to be a good quality NFL player? Or does he suck? This is the year. Last year, like, you kind of have to expect the sophomore slump. I mean, look at Roma Dunze's numbers weren't exactly as good last year as they were in year 1. You don't see Bears fans going, oh my God, Rome had a down year. He
Well,
sucked.
there's a huge difference with Rome's like this and Keon Coleman's cap like that.
Yeah, but Kia, but that's because now as a rookie, no one expected him to do anything because he was a draft pick that no one expected, and now he's being treated like a 1 in coverage. Of course, there's be a massive step back.
The situations are different. Rome was never expected to like be the absolute number 1. Like he got to flourish because he had DJ there, he had Luther there, he had Loveland there. Like he's got other players that take the heat off. Coleman last year was expected to be Ronte Adams, and he's not. Like
They expect him to be what he isn't. And
I expect Coleman to actually take a huge step forward this year because he's going to be able to settle into being the number 2. And I think he'll be a good number 2. He's just not the guy that you can go to every single time, but he'll make plays for you. When the pressure's off, I think he'll make plays.
Hey, what's up, Chicken Nugget?
So you mean he's more like a Matthew Golden?
Well, Golden had an interesting kind of season. Like you didn't really. I don't think the Packers really know what they have with him yet. If I'm being honest, I think he's still a mystery box. Like he had a good playoff game, but it's like, where were you the whole fucking season, dude? Like, like he had a couple good games, I guess. Like, I don't know.
Oh yeah. The issue was he was getting open. It's just the offense.
They weren't targeting him for whatever reason.
They had him as the very last look.
We could take Keon Coleman and now apply that to Golden. Because even in the playoff game, like Golden was an afterthought for the Bears defense. Because, like, honestly, you were too concerned about Romeo Doubs and other guys. Because Golden, they don't use the guy. Like, he barely gets balls, whatever. Single cover him, whatever. Give him a little space. We don't care. I mean, honestly, that's kind of the coverage he got. He wasn't getting the one receiver press, double coverage, any of that kind of. He wasn't getting that treatment. He was getting like, they got this guy. We know he's got some speed, but they never use him. So, we're going to cover him, but we're not that concerned coverage. You know what I mean? Now with Golden, because everyone's also talking him up, and now he's the glaring, first round pick. Everyone else is gone. If Golden doesn't materialize into like some stud receiver this year, Packer fans will be down on him, right? And they'll be, oh my God, look, this is why we don't draft him in the first round. This guy sucks. No, the situation this year compared to what he had last year, where no one was paying attention to him, now everyone's paying attention to him, it's completely different.
Ken, I hate to break it to you, but you already have some Packer fans on that train already because he wasn't sitting there putting up crazy numbers in his first year. I almost want to go and ask these people, did you not watch any Packers teams for like the past 15 years? The only time we shoehorned rookies into the 1 and 2 role was when we had literally no other receivers on the roster.
That's just like, Ken, you could modify that statement. Have you not watched football ever? You know what I mean?
Well, some teams do shoehorn their rookies in.
But it's always the same situation, though, because they have no choice. Or, that's just the situation dictates, right? I mean, come on. It's just kind of like one of those things where you're going, okay. I mean, look, I don't expect Golden to have a huge breakout season. But I do expect him to have a better season, in terms of he's going to get more looks. Steve. I mean, the Bears. had no safeties on the roster. Now we have two. We didn't re-sign the backup nickel. Really, when you think about it, we just lost two safeties and a backup nickel. So, but they gained Kobe Bryant, brought in, re-signed Blackwell. The Bears didn't lose as much as some people like to think. Nahshon Wright, losing him, I don't know if that was a big thing or not, because you know what, we still got another guy over there, Tyreek Stevenson, who I really like. Our cornerback room is fine. That's like with the Packers. Like I can say, they're like, we lost Dobbs. We don't want to spend the money, but we got Golden, and I think that's a pretty decent thing to say. Golden's got more speed. He's a little more elusive than Dobbs, but Dobbs had this sneaky way of always getting open.
That I will absolutely give Dobbs. He like you said, would find a way to just kind of slip out of the coverage a little bit.
But here's
John,
the thing.
you're wrong. I think I think Rome Odunze could be a 1,000-yard receiver.
Mm-hmm.
With DJ Moore not there, and I think Luther Burden III could be a 1,000-yard receiver.
Could be, but they weren't. Yeah.
Well, they weren't because last year they had a three-headed monster with DJ there. But I mean,
and Loveland too, four-headed monster, really.
And Loveland, yeah. So I mean, and I enter Jihadi Walker, but you know what? I look. I think of it this way though too. Like as fans, we get caught up on he's a 1,000-yard rusher, he's a 1,000-yard receiver, he's a 4,000-yard quarterback. Okay, great. When those things happen. Like, they got 2,000-yard receivers on their team. Yeah, but did they win the Super Bowl? No. Oh, okay. Oh, look at
we got 2,000-yard receivers. We didn't even make playoffs.
Yeah, he threw for 4,800 yards this year. Oh, did he win the Super Bowl?
Hey,
well, no. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, Ken, it kind of seems like you're making an argument for wide receiver by committee.
Well, but in a way, it's not. No, I'm not just talking about wide receivers. It's the same with running backs. They don't have 1,000. Their running back barely got to 1,000 yards.
That's like the people sitting there talking shit about Josh Jacobs. Like he massively fell off because he didn't hit 1,000. He had 900 and something yards with that injury riddled line. Josh Jacobs was not the problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I get it's a benchmark kind of thing there, but like okay, if I have two receivers who are pulling in 850, I mean I'm not mad. Oh, but you don't have a 1,000-yard receiver. Yeah, but I got two guys pulling in about 850 yards and 20-some touchdowns combined. I'm good with that. Better than having a 1,000-yard
really
guy.
I was going to say, you seen us do it with Dobbs and Watson for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Like I said, we had $2,000. Like I said, we had 2,000 receivers last year. We didn't even make playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Honestly, though, if I'm being honest this year, dude, I don't think the Packers are going to get their answer on Golden this year because, like, last year, it was I don't even know what you would call it. Like, he didn't have a bad year, right? Because he didn't get the ball a lot.
They didn't utilize him.
It was almost a redshirt year.
Right. It's like almost a redshirt year. But now he's coming into year 2, and that's the year of the sophomore slump. But how do you have a sophomore slump when you didn't have anything to begin with?
See,
Right?
that right there is how you think outside the box and avoid it.
But Joe, take it a step further. It's not even that. It's that what else has changed between year 1 and year 2 for Matthew Golden? Well,
but that's what I'm saying. Now he's going to come in and he's going to have a much larger role because Dobbs is gone.
Right.
So it's like they're going to be looking to him to step into that role, but now he's due for the sophomore slump. So it's I just wonder.
You go from where defenses basically ignored you because you weren't being used to now defenses know you have to be the guy. So you add that in with the sophomore slump kind of thing that could happen. And, and expectations of fans like, well, Golden's going to step up and be this guy. But, dude, defenses are keen on him now because he is. Because of just that, I think Packer fans would be smart to mitigate their expectations. And look, the guy has a great season, great, but you need to mitigate that. And Broski, welcome to the show this morning. I love this last comment. The Lions defense has more holes than the Iranian Navy. Sir, you are incorrect. Iran no longer has a navy. It's all on the bottom of the sea floor.
But here's the thing, Ken. Do they still relate to the to the Lions defense because I'm not sure the Lions have a defense either.
Well, they still have Hutch, so that's.
Oh
more
yeah,
than-
okay, yep.
Yeah.
They have Jack Campbell and Hutch. You're right about that. I'll
They
give
have
them
more
that.
than the Iranian Navy. I mean, the Iranian Navy has a couple like a blow up Kodiak boats.
Are we going to change Hutch's name to Ayatollah Hutch and Ayatollah Jack?
Oh, what happened?
Oh, hold on. I accidentally hit the enter key on the fucking keyboard.
Jeez.
Thanks, Ken.
Sorry about that, broski.
Actually, wait, isn't Davenport gone?
Yeah, but
He's
give
still
him
in
a bit.
FA.
I was gonna say give him a bit. The Lions will bring him back.
Ayatollah Hutch.
Yeah, we're paying him a bag of
Um,
Cheetos, but I don't care.
Hey,
We pay
Ken
him
the
a bag of
Bears
Cheetos.
fan, I wanted to run something by you.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the Bears secondary, the safety spot.
Yep.
Dude, I still think there's a chance Tyler Gordon moves to safety, and they try to fill his nickel spot. I kind of I don't know. I could see that happening.
Look, it's an interesting thought, but you know what though? Like the difference with Kyle Gordon, there's a stark difference with that Bears defense with and without Gordon last year. Without Gordon, they were ranked like 24, 25. With Gordon, they were top 12, 15-ish. He is such a huge impact in the nickel because the way they use him in the nickel. I don't know if I could see. I would have thought Brisker would have been a guy that no, I don't know. If they had retained Gardner Johnson, I could have seen more of that. I'm not going to say that's not a possibility. It's an interesting possibility. If there's let's say there's not a safety they like, but they got a good nickel corner in the draft that could be an impact guy like him. I could see that move to maybe free him up and also maybe protect him injury wise.
Exactly, dude. That's exactly what I'm thinking. And like you said, they're going to have to fill one of those two spots in the draft. I feel, you know what I mean. Like, hey, if they don't see the safety they like, but they really like this prospect as a nickel corner, boom, maybe they draft a nickel corner, start the rookie at nickel, and move Kyler to start in safety.
And I think Mr. Simone Biles is still going to get re-signed by the Bears for his annual $1 million contract.
Well,
He's a good backup. He's a good backup for the Bears. So I think they might bring him back. So they draft one in the draft. They bring him back. That gives them 4 safeties in the room. They re-signed Blackwell already. But if they go with a corner that can fill that spot, yeah, JB, Broski, that's interesting. I hadn't thought of that. That's a pretty interesting take.
Yeah, man, just spitballing. But yeah, I think Steve in the chat should change his name again. Instead of Steve is real, yeah, I think he should change his name to Steve is trolling. Yeah.
Oh wait a minute, I got something for that.
Hey, so yeah. So there's a guy out there right now who just got cut, and he got cut 1 year into his contract by the Packers. Who his stock has never been lower, so you could probably get him really cheap.
The 49ers got him.
Did they?
Yep.
Oh, see, I think watch, he's gonna go there and he's gonna play well, dude. Nate Hobbs, watch.
Well, with his injury history and that substation right outside, I don't got much hope for him.
The substation.
You
Forgot about the substation.
We've seen plenty of guys though who have that situation, and they go to the new team and they do ball out because it's one of those catch-22s, right, Joe? Because like Ken just said, with that injury history, so yeah, you can understand why they did it. But then when he goes and he balls out, it's like it's hard though to blame them for cutting him because of the injury history. So I get it. It's one of those. But now for the Niners, it's low cost, high reward, right? Where if the Packers keep them, it's high cost. So
yeah, no reward.
Yeah, it's.
I really think the Niners is a good place for him, dude. Like, I think he'll do well there if he can stay healthy.
And
Well-
Steve, going back up to your no receiver on the Bears made bigger plays than Moore. Look, you just remember the 2 touchdowns Moore caught at the end of games, but you also forgot the Jahadi Walker's catch. You forgot some of the Luther Burden catches. Rome didn't even play most of the Bears-Packers games because he was hurt for 2 of them.
And honestly, Colston Loveland made as many big catches against the Packers.
Well, and so did Cole Kmet in the
And
playoffs.
what about that 4th and 10 to Rome?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, like, the Bears last year, look at DJ Moore. Are we going to miss him? Well, yeah, you're going to miss him in the locker room, especially. You're going to miss him some on the field. But the way that they distributed the ball, like Dorn said, we didn't have a 1,000-yard receiver last year. Why? Because Caleb distributed the ball to a lot of different guys. Cole Kmet was getting balls. Colston Loveland towards the end of the season was like putting up just stupid, crazy numbers for a tight end. Plus, you got Luther Burden III, who's was last year, and I don't think any of us realized it until commentators started telling us this. The dude's the most efficient route runner in the NFL. I got you, Steve. I know you did it. That's why I'm telling you this. Luther Burden III was the most efficient route runner in the NFL last year, which blew my mind. And then you got Jahadi Walker. Really, he made some big catches when he got opportunity. Like every time they gave Jahadi Walker an opportunity, he delivered. So, and I think the Bears will draft a wide receiver at some point in the draft. And yeah, I know, Steve, I'll give you credit because you said Loveland did. Cole Kmet had some big catches. DeAndre Swift had some good catch and runs. Monangai even had a couple, and Monangai's not known for his hand. I mean, that's the thing about this Bears team, offensively speaking. Look at what they lose in the offense. DJ Moore. They haven't really brought anything in yet. They really didn't have to. Well, we lost our center. We brought a center in. Dude, Caleb did what we have not seen Bears quarterbacks do in a long time. Distributed the ball to several different people. And for the Bears, for so many years, it was like, we were just used to having the one guy they can go to, right? Like, so when DJ came to Chicago, DJ was it. That was it. Justin had DJ. That was it. But now you're in a situation where you got a quarterback in Chicago that is distribute the ball pretty much anywhere on the field at any time, and he's got guys all over the field to throw to. He's not looking at just one guy. So I mean, that's the big difference there.
My how times have changed. Caleb, the Bears actually have weapons on offense now.
And John's correct that we did have the most drops in the division, just like the Packers did the year before. So if
And the year before that.
Yeah, if the Bears offense needs to correct anything, it's what Gordon just said. Stop dropping the damn rock. Catch it.
I
hear you,
personally, though, I really think, I mean, as talented as that Bears offense is, I really think that the hero of that offense is Monangai, though. Like he just sets a tone the way he runs that like it just ripples through the game, dude. It just ripples like.
And what's even more impressive to me with Monangai there is he's this power back at 5'8". We make all these jokes about Kyler Murray being a midget and all that, and Monangai's looking up at him.
But you know what though? But the difference is like he's a running back. He doesn't have to see over the line. He's not putting the ball downfield. The Keebler elf is. But look at this division this year. Yeah, it's going to be interesting because everyone's looking at all this stuff that where the Bears didn't re-sign these guys on defense. But when you really think about it, defensively, they didn't. They also signed some good guys. And you look at what the losses and the minuses and the way the Bears offseason's been. Foles has been very judicious, very surgical about what he's done. He's got, as Broski likes to remind us, 4 picks in the top 100. And we all know Foles shines in the top 100.
Hey, Ken, 4 picks in the top 90, actually.
There you go.
Top 90.
Go ahead, Ken. Throw up Dorn. Yeah, but you keep calling Caleb a bust, and he obviously isn't. So Dorn, I mean, I know you don't think. I mean, or yeah, that's just a Dornism right there. That's all I'm going to say.
He doesn't give up, man. I'll give him credit for that.
Oh, fuck no. Oh, fuck no.
Dorn doesn't like to hear, though, the facts, though, when we get down to the last 2 years, it's basically the Caleb Williams years. Since Caleb's been to Chicago, the Bears win over the Packers 3-2, which which was funny about the playoff game last year, made it so great because it was the rubber match for the season, right? The third game of the season for them, and it was the rubber match for their overall series since Caleb's been in town. But dude, Caleb's 3-2 against the Pack. I mean, so John, you have to admit there's been some change because you went from we didn't win. We were what 0-10 or 0-12 at one
11.
point, 11 to now that it's 3-2. There is a change that happened in there, Dorn, and you missed the train. It left the station. You're still there waving the same old banner as the train is flying by. The fluky lucky season, whatever.
Dorn's waiting for Gary to come back and pick him up and give him a ride.
He's committed, dude. Dorn is committed. Got to give him that. I think you're missing the signs of. I think you're missing the signs of the times, Dorn. Like things are starting. The winds are starting to blow a different direction now. Like
Gary's
the Bears
a Pro
are
Bowler.
competitive with the Packers again.
The Packers to me.
I'm all for it, dude. I like to see a good rivalry. Like,
Well, the whole division. I mean, because look at. Well, who got Grenard? Where'd Grenard end up?
I don't think
he's on Minnesota still.
Yeah, I don't know though, man.
Hargrave went to Green Bay, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, that was a waste of a signing.
I mean, but it may be Broski, but maybe not because
the only thing he's really got to do in Green Bay is eat up a couple of blockers. That's what we want him for.
If he wasn't good under Brian Flores, I don't think he's going to be good under what's this guy's name?
Yeah.
Gannon or something like that. Yeah, yeah. Good luck.
I mean, look at the Packers are going to be an interesting team. I don't know which way they're going to go. Minnesota, they're a quality team, but how are they going to go? And Detroit, I just have all kinds of questions. The division's going to be really good. That much I do know. I do think this is going to be a really good division, but I'm wondering which way the Packers are going to go more so than I am the Vikings or the Lions, because it seems to me that the Packers with the new defensive coordinator and Micah coming back, they could still be really good, but at the same time, offensively, I'm not really sure where they're at with, basically you got rid of Dobbs, but you've got Golden, but you know what I'm saying? Where's Golden going to be? So it's kind of very open-ended for me in a weird
And they
way.
lost a few offensive linemen that they're going to have to replace. You might have to go look for a left tackle.
That's the big one there. The center one, we already replaced Jenkins with Ryan, and he performed better than him, so I'm fine with that. But left tackle, there is no way in fuck I want Jordan Morgan starting at left tackle.
Well, and they need a backup because Jordan Love is going to miss a game or two, most likely. He has the last couple of years. So if you go on recent trends, you're going to need a decent backup there. Okay, Dorn, that's why Gannon was available for you to get. Okay. I forgot. I'm forgot. It's the Dorn rule. You know what the Dorn rule is? The second the guy is a Packer, he's automatically working.
Yeah, honestly, I call that their biggest loss of the offseason. Even bigger than their left tackle loss was losing Halfley.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. Gannon, I'm gonna wait and see what happens with him because he did run a hell of an Eagles defense when he was their DC. It's just as a head coach, he didn't look so hot. So that's one of those that the guy might be a great DC, but a shit head coach.
I think with Gannon too. I don't know if you're going to see it immediately. It might take a couple weeks, but I mean, look at in terms of replacement for Halfley. I think he's a good replacement for Halfley for Green Bay. It gives them hope.
They also run a very similar style defense, so it's not going to be too much change. Granted, you're going to have some change and adjustment, but it's not going to be night and day type of shit.
And Dorn, they sit there and say, well, Gannon took his defense to a Super Bowl and Flores never has. Well, dude, they didn't get to the Super Bowl. Well, hold on. They didn't get to the Super Bowl just off the backs of the defense. That offense was, I'm sorry, cooking a little bit. So I mean, it's both sides of the ball there, man, to a degree. Like it's not even the Baltimore Ravens with the Ray Lewis years still had a pretty decent offense. So I mean, the only team you can make that argument for really would be the 06 Bears, where they had a mid
or the
offense.
2000s Ravens with
But
fucking
they-
Trent
they're-
Dilfer
that
at court.
offense- That 2000 Ravens offense was still better than the 06 Bears offense. Like the 06 Bears literally got there on a defense that scored more than they did. That didn't happen with those Ravens teams.
Let me ask you guys this real quick. I know it's towards the end of the show. Minnesota. Do you think it will be an open competition between Kyler Murray and JJ McCarthy, or do you think KOC is dead set on just naming Murray the starter?
If they're fucking smart, I'd have it as a competition. Because yes, I believe Kyler Murray is going to thrive in that system, but he also got benched last year in Arizona, so you still got to kind of earn it and prove it yourself.
I think it's a competition only until Murray blows JJ out of the water.
Yes, yes. I'm absolutely expecting Kyler to fucking crush him, but I'm not handing it to him.
Yeah, make him earn it, but I don't think he'll have a problem earning it.
I think it's a competition because, like, look at everyone's always going to be playing Call of Duty. He's not going to learn the playbook. Okay, I get that when he was a young kid, rookie, but I mean, look, if Kyler, I think they'll say it's a competition. And JJ will look better first because, well, he knows the playbook. And then when Kyler shows that he's got mastery of the playbook, which he'll probably do by camp, he's going to run away with it. And that's not a bad thing because, like, if Murray, what's his deal got? Like a year or two on it? I know
1 year.
Really fine, but then he's got dead cap, I think, for the following year where he can still be cheap. But if JJ shows he's ready, then he's a 1 year rental. But if Kyler Murray takes them into the playoffs and win a game there, I agree with Ken. I mean, Gina or Rhonda, that's just a fight.
Give me
Everyone
Gina.
wins that fight.
Gina doesn't have the CTE that Rhonda's got.
Yeah.
You know what,
But-
though? In that fight, I know look, that's a question for Wednesday's MMA Maniacs, okay? But I'll tell you what, everyone wins, Mitch. That fight. Everyone wins.
It's not mud wrestling, Ken.
I'll just say this though, I'm not as high on the North this year. Like, I think, in my opinion, the Bears they start the season as the favorite to win the division. I think the Packers are a question mark. Like, I think they're bringing back a lot. They've lost a few. We'll see. I think they're the biggest competition for the Bears, but I think the Lions and the Vikings, like, Kyler has a chance to play really good. The Vikings are a big question mark too. I think the Lions are on their way down, man. I'm not even trying to shit on them. I'm just saying, like, they've been losing and losing and losing, and they haven't really been adding. And like,
well, the AFC West will be probably the best in the NFC kind of talk, right? I mean, dude, you got Seattle. San Francisco played really well last year. The Rams. Some people are like, oh, the Rams are the runaway favorites now. The North will be very competitive within the North itself. I have no doubt of that. But yeah, I can see where you're coming from, Joe, and I can agree with that because I think though, until the North proves it, that's going to be the thing. And and people already discount the North in general as it is.
yeah, but Mitch, who are those 10 guys?
Well, they're all the best in the NFL because Mitch,
Like, Eric from the car wash doesn't move the needle, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
You got to look at his numbers.
Oh yeah, according to his numbers, he's a top 3 guy, right?
oh, Mitch, we love you. And on that last terrible take, we're out of time for this week. Can you believe another week's gone by? Man, time's flying. Yeah, enjoy your weekend, guys. We'll be back Monday. We'll see what happens. Hey, next week maybe the Bears will start to get resolution on where they're going to be playing football games in a couple years. So watch on that. There's some other cool little things going on in the NFL. Still some good players out there to be signed. Maybe we'll get some signings that we can talk about next week. And maybe there'll be some more news on the drama that happened in the Mac Crosby trade. Who knows? But enjoy your weekends. It's getting warmer out. Enjoy spring break for those of you who it's
Mendoza season, baby.
Yep. So we'll see you all Monday. Have a great weekend, everyone.